Hey guys, so I know this is a little different. I will say it was filmed today, so it's technically a live stream on Wednesday. No, I am gonna change that up a little bit. I'm not gonna do live streams on Wednesdays anymore. I'm gonna do it the first Wednesday of the month, and that's it. Because my channel is still growing, I got maybe like 2 people that show up to my live streams, including Crazed Innocents. And then usually a bunch of people who step in and step right back out. So, because they're not doing so well right now, I'm going to put those aside, and I'm going to start a project that I was going to wait to do, but there's some of them I want to do, and I want to kind of just talk about it. So on Wednesdays, I'm going to start doing demonstrations and talk about a project that I'm going to start doing probably this spring, summer, sometime around then. It's going to be really cool. And I've talked about it a little bit in the past, but it's finally time to actually start doing it. I actually just got the box out of storage the other day to start working on it. So as you may remember, I talked about it. It's the McMillian Seasonal Activity Pack. What I'm going to do today is kind of talk about what are the different things I want to do for that series. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it as a separate channel or do it on this channel and just do it, you know, on Wednesdays, whatnot. We'll see from there. But let me... So there's about 2 really different types of things. Well, sorry. Do I have any science projects? Hold please. Okay, this may seem a little weird little jump cut because I just did the entire presentation and this thing wasn't recording. Still dealing with that, guys. So let's get talking about it. I don't even know what I finished with, so just hope this doesn't sound weird. So anyway, there's multiple things, projects that I'll be doing for this series. Like I said, I'll be doing them, at least give you guys kind of a demonstration on Wednesdays before I go into the full series. So some of the things we'll be doing are recipes. So we got like this, it's fruit ice cream where it's mashed up fruit of your choice, lemon juice, sugar, and cream. Don't look at it too much, because don't worry, I will walk you through all these, and I will also be, and these are mainly for teachers, but I'm going to try and modernize them and personalize them to just one person. I'm telling this recipe to you guys versus telling the teachers, okay, now make sure the kids do this. We can do these too without having to have kids. One of the other things I'm going to be doing with like the recipes and stuff, I'm going to make them into smaller batches because some of these things, well, like this one, serving size 20. So unless you want 20 servings of fruit ice cream, suggest you don't use this full recipe. So that's some of the things I'm going to be doing, and I will be putting the recipes on the descriptions of the videos. And like you can kind of see here, there's a little bit of a story up here, and this is something like then give them the accompanying worksheet on page 17. That will be probably separate, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. One of the other types of videos I'll be making will be art projects, stuff like marble painting. You guys might have heard me talk about before. I've got some canvases that I bought at a bargain outlet, and I've been wanting to do stuff like this for a long time. I've been wanting to do, you know, just different types of painting on this canvas for a long time, even doing my archery painting. And I saw this, I'm like, marble painting? Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. And sticker stationery. I'm not sure exactly what this project is yet. I haven't really gone over it. And because I have, maybe I mentioned this, that these are from the 80s, we've got some out-of-date activities. We're talking about getting 35mm camera, film, slide projector, and slide carousel, and tape recorder. Yes, guys, it says tape recorder. I don't know if you can even see that. So, yeah, there's that kind of fun. I've got to modernize a lot of these as well for you. So, yeah. We're going to have art projects like this. And I've even got science projects I'll be doing, like candy ice. If you've ever been in like those historical places or museums where they have those rock candy on a stick, that's these. I'm going to teach you guys how to make those. I'm even going to look into getting flavors and colors as well, because there's like flavor droplets you can make. You can get at Walmart even. So I might be even trying that. I can't wait to do that. Or the science experiment of playing with balloons and static and what will stick to the balloon when it's all staticky. Some of the things I won't be doing right now for those are mainly the 3 things I'm going to be posting videos on these weekly Wednesday videos. And we got stuff like this brownie recipe, but we will not be talking about these songs. In case you don't know, I can't sing, nor can I read music like this. I used to play the flute, but that was years ago, and we ain't going to talk about that. I might see my aunt wants to do these. Gwen, I'm looking at you. I don't know. But then I've also got these worksheets here. Eventually I will scan these in or recreate them on my computer and have these available for download. I don't know if I'm going to do them like on a Facebook page or I'm going to do it on like an actual website to buy them. Or do like one of those download and donate here to keep me running. I'm not technically selling it. I'm letting you have it for a donation. Here's hoping. Oh, by the way, guys, if you notice a shine on my lip or you notice that I'm really nasally, yeah, I've got a slight bit of a cold because yesterday the house was 75 degrees and then I woke up to it being 55 degrees. Yeah, I know all you northerners are going, suck it up, princess. But with the jump every other day, it's been killing me. So sorry guys, this sounds really nasal. One of the other fun things that this thing has that I won't be doing, I don't think I'm actually going to demonstrate these unless down the road I have a group of kids I can demonstrate these with. We got stuff like party games, yay! Or a group of kitty adults. Ooh, round makers. So like this party game is Pass the Pumpkin. You get 12 slips of paper, fine line marker, hollow plastic pumpkin, and guys, it says record player or tape player. Do you even own one of those? I don't own one of those anymore. Either of those. Maybe we got a tape player somewhere in the house. I don't even have a CD player except for my like laptop. But you go around and you have these suggested instructions. Caleb pulls a slip out and acts it out. It's kind of probably like a kitty charades meets musical chairs. I don't know. I haven't read the instructions. But stuff like that will hopefully be down the road when I've got a group of people I can demonstrate those with. If nothing else, they'll just be available for downloading the instructions on my site, whatever that may be. And then we got stuff like this. Math projects. Have you guys ever done stuff like these in school? I know I did. Where it's got the problem on one side and then it's got the answers on the back side. And then you poke through the hole so it shows you, like, okay, 4 plus 2, you poke through that hole and it comes on the other side where the 6 is. But with doing stuff like that, you need the template. So you've got to, cutout. So I would have, download this. You can download this off my website or print it out off the website. And then I would say fill in your own math problems, just because depending on whether you're wanting to do it from subtraction, addition, multiplication, blah blah, so on and so forth. But yeah, so I would have these available and then these instructions to download or print with them. Then we have other worksheets like connect the dots, 1 through 20. Obviously these don't need demonstrating. Hopefully you're a competent adult if you're watching or going to be teaching this to kids. Hopefully you know how to connect the dots. But one of the cool things on the back of this, it's got a story about the great Paul Bunyan. So what I would do is with like this story, I would go ahead and just like read this like I would my podcast. And by the way, it is a 2-part story with discussion questions. So I would just record that, and either the teacher can actually just, you know, play the kids my recording, or because I'll probably just put these on the screen, or just kind of have it scrolling by in like paragraphs, and you know, the teacher can read it off themselves, or they can read here, or I'll have it as a sheet for them to print out on their own to read. But yeah, so it'll be stuff like that. So one thing you may be asking yourself is, how can you make these videos and potentially make money off of these, and potentially make money off of selling these worksheets if they've got a copyright? Well, it's easy. Well, it's an easy answer. So as you might see down there, it says Macmillan Book Club, I think. Yeah. And I may be mispronouncing that. But pretty much, they've got these lovely little tabs, and there's a whole bunch of these. There are hundreds of these little worksheets. But each one of these little tab things has, you know, themes and do all different kind of stuff. And they're so cute. I love Macmillan. They're so adorable. But they've got all these different tabs and stuff, and I contacted them and said, so I got one of these books. I bought this at Value Village. If you guys don't know what it is, it's kind of like Goodwill. It's a resale shop. And I said, you know, I found this and I want to make videos. I do YouTube videos, and I want to make videos demonstrating these projects and maybe even selling like worksheets. And they went, okay, let's look into that. And they said, go to the copyright page and, you know, try to find the copyright. And I went there and it asked for the ISBN. I went, what? If you guys don't know, if you look at the back of any book, and Miss Gabby Hand Adult Lessons, not a sponsor, not a promo. I just love Gabby and her book, and it was the first one handy. But if you look right here, it says ISBN and a string of numbers. That is pretty much like a serial number for books and published works. However, because these were back in the late 80s, yeah, they didn't have that. So I said, okay, here's what I've got. The closest thing I have to any kind of copyright or stuff like that is this section has who the authors and illustrators were. So I'm like, what do I do? And I contacted, because it's now split into a UK group and a US group. And I first contacted the UK group because it's Macmillan Education, which turns out they actually are a college now. They actually do all kinds of college and curriculum and stuff like that. So they said, yeah, because you're in the US and US has got all the copyrights for that, we're going to forward this to them. So the group in the US went, oh, okay. We've never heard of that. It must be an old product that is no longer in our system, is no longer, you know, known. It's beyond, it's, you know, older than most people who work here. So they said, let me contact my friend who works in the copyright, and if you don't hear from us in like 6 weeks, you're good to go. We really don't care. We don't know who's got the copyright, so it's free reign. It's been a year and a half. So I think I'm good enough to go ahead and start making these videos and start doing these projects. Yeah, so that's been my fun. That's what I'm planning on doing here. One of the other fun things we're talking about, modernizing them. Like I said, these were made, I think the oldest one I've got is like an 83. The youngest one's like 88. But one of the things, like one of the projects I'm at, you know, get some 9x12 oak tag. Pardon? Oak tag? What is oak tag? So I asked my mother, who had children in the 80s, and I said, what's oak tag? And she's like, it was, you know, kind of a very thick paper. And I went, okay, what's the modern equivalent of oak tag? So we Googled it, and it's pretty much cardstock. Because back in the 80s, if kids, you know, if you don't know, any of you who are younger than me, you probably don't remember, but before there was computers, there was typewriters. So there wasn't printers or copiers. Oh, sorry. So before, yeah, printers, they obviously didn't have printer paper and cardstock paper. It was oak tag. Sorry for anybody who hates that sound, but my finger was hurting. So yeah, oak tag is pretty much modern equivalent cardstock. Yeah. And like one thing was talking about, you know, get a huge roll of butcher paper. I'm sorry, do I just go over to the butcher down the block? I don't have a butcher down the block. Maybe some of the, I don't even know a place who would have butcher paper. Like, hey, can I borrow a roll or like a 5-foot sheet of this stuff? And Mom's like, you know, you can just like, over in the packing supplies, usually at Walmart, some of the places that have packing supplies, just that big sheet of brown wrapping paper, not wrapping paper, but storage paper, whatever, you know, packing paper. That's the word I'm like, for packing paper. The big rolls of brown packing paper, close enough. We'll just do that. So, like I said, there's going to be a lot of modernizing, and like I said, you know, I got things talking about film. How do you modernize film? So you would probably usually get memes or use magazines. Heck, do they still even have magazines? I don't know. You know, that's the fun I'm going to be having. Like I said, for the next couple weeks, I'm going to be modernizing, and I'm going to be mostly testing these experiments with you guys before I make the full official series where I'm giving the instructions. So you guys are going to be kind of my tester on this series. And I need suggestions on the name, because I obviously don't want to use their name, McMillian Seasonal Activity Pack. So I need kind of a name. And main reason I want to do this, I don't know if I've really talked about this. I was homeschooled through high school, and I hung out with a lot of other homeschool groups when we lived in Indiana and Kentucky. So I want to do something that homeschoolers can use to, you know, have, you know, modern educational things without having to get major curriculum. So this is, you know, fun science experiments that they can do. Or, I mean, a lot of these things are talking about the summer. So there's summer activities that if you've got a bunch of kids at home bored over the summer, and then you're not sure what to do because, you know, maybe you can't afford to go to Disney or go to a water park, because I went to the local theme park a couple times in my childhood, or to the local pool in my, you know, in my town. I didn't do a whole lot when I was a kid because we really couldn't afford it to do a whole lot of stuff. Plus, long story, my dad was sick through a good chunk of my childhood. So we really couldn't do a whole lot of stuff. So if I had stuff like this, man, my childhood would have been fun. We would just spend the summers, you know, making cool activities and doing fun art projects. So that's why I want to do this. For the people out there who are either homeschooling or, you know, just want to try some fun experiments on the weekends with their kids. I know one of my old co-workers, Shayna, she does a lot of science experiments with her kids. So I told her that, yeah, once I get into these, definitely let her know. And she can do these with her 2 kids. But it's just something that's, you know, cheap, fun, and just, you know, fun to do. I mean, even as an adult, I can't wait to do some of these projects. So, again, make sure to subscribe and get post notifications. And I'll be doing these every Wednesday. So if you don't care about any of my other videos, but you want to check out what I'm going to do with these, make sure to show up every Wednesday. And I'll be doing these videos instead of live streams. Just because live streams are not as cool as I thought they would be. Like I said, they'll be once a month, fun. I think that's it. I'm afraid that I might have missed something, because I went on a huge rant and then my camera stopped recording. Anyway, you might want to buy me a new camera with the flip screen so I can at least see what I'm doing. Kidding. So yeah, now on to figuring out how to do half of these projects. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Love, peace, bye. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. See ya.